make of monsters and superheroes. That's the stuff of myth and fairy tales. Or is it? All good things must come to an end, but Stranger Things won't be one of them. At least, not for now. Yes, that's right. Stranger Things Season 5 has been confirmed. So stay with us until the end, as we have some really great news to share with you. Stranger Things has been a huge Netflix sci-fi thriller since it first aired in the summer of 2016. It seems like there is not much left of the story. But yes, one more season is on the way. Matt and Ross Duffer, the show's creators, announced the news with a bittersweet letter to fans on February 17th. Quote, 7 years ago, we planned out the complete story arc for Stranger Things. At the time, we predicted the story would last 4 to 5 seasons. It proved too large to tell in 4, but as you'll soon see for yourselves, we are now hurtling towards our finale. Season 4 will be the penultimate season. Season 5 will be the last. Season 4 was already better and bigger than everything the show had done before. With a larger cast and a surer sense of why all the heroes, monsters, and hangers-on were there, it was clearly more expensively produced. It's luxuriously, crazily sprawling to nearly 4 hours running and doing everything fans could have ever expected, plus a few dollops more. You do wonder where Stranger Things can possibly go from here if it hasn't quite overstretched itself yet. So where are we? It's 1986 in Hawkins, Indiana, waiting for a crew of plucky teenagers to mount a final assault on the demon Vecna, who roams a dank dimension beneath the town. 11, the psychic superheroine for kids with strange powers, has unlocked memories from a childhood spent in a secure facility, revealing that while confronting one, she opened up the interdimensional portal. Meanwhile, a group of sympathetic adults, battling a creature left over from a previous season, are stuck in a grimy Soviet Union prison. A showdown looms, but there's no rush, we've got 4 hours. And so, Season 4's last 2 episodes are giving almost every character a tender. They are surprisingly talky, and a watershed two-hander with a significant other. Halting young love gets closer to being properly expressed, lost love is lamented, and the show's barely discernible. This show might be an indulgent 1980s homage to Cold War thrillers, horror, fantasy, hacker movies, and movies like The Goonies, where a few kids are saving the world. But not the Duffer Brothers. They are not just superficial pastichers. These guys know what underpins their reference points. Their story says that it's okay to be shy and angry. It's fine to be different, or a Dungeons & Dragons nerd, or a heavy metal freak, or secretly gay. Because your little town is just the most important place in the world. So maybe you are special and not different. These little fellows will hit that like button just like you should do if you haven't done so already. No, really. These little guys sprinkle their finale with universal life lessons, so they appreciate all this as a metaphor for coming of age, slaying their personal monsters, and growing up. Eventually, you will have to stop listening to your Walkman or Kate Bush and engage with the outside world. You will have to take off your headphones sooner or later, admit there are people you love, admit there are things you believe in, and stop being the class joker. The fireworks finally begin once this emotional framework has been carefully put in place, and they don't disappoint. Now, we'll give you a chance to rewatch the previous season, and we won't kill the joy completely. Let's talk about the potential release date of Season 5. It has been confirmed that there are still anywhere from 80 to 120 hours of the show left, so don't worry, Stranger Thing heads. Talking to the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, the Duffers joked that the Season 5 finale will have, quote, 8 endings, and that might be, quote, Return of the King-ish, which is a reference for the Lord of the Rings film trilogy. Now, it's too early to say anything, but we can take the previous seasons as an example. It took almost 2 years to create the 4th season, said the Duffers in their letter, and this season was released in 2 parts, the first one on May 27th and the second on July 1st. The filming of this season started during the pandemic and lockdown, so that surely involved its own delays. Anyway, When we speak about Season 5, rumors are saying that we can expect it in late 2023, if not well into 2024. Even David Harbour confirmed this theory, saying, "You should smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell." No, really, in all seriousness now, Harbour said, quote, "I think we'll shoot next year. They're finishing writing it this year, and they need to prep and stuff, so hopefully it'll be this year. But I think that's the plan. So it'd probably come out mid-2024 based on our track record." And one more thing, did you know there will be a Stranger Things spin-off? Quote, "There's a version of it developing in parallel to Season 5, but they would never shoot it parallel. I think actually we're going to start delving into that as soon as we're winding down and finishing these visual effects. Matt and I are going to start getting into it," said Ross Duffer for Variety. Now, let's talk about the cast list. The cast list hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but we can expect that the surviving central characters will be back. According to the rumors, Vecna is likely to be back, even though he was defeated in the Season 4 finale. Winona Ryder will return as Joyce Byers, Millie Bobby Brown as 11/Jane Hopper, David Harbour as Jim Hopper, Finn Wolfhard as Mike Wheeler, Caleb McLaughlin as Lucas Sinclair, and Gaten Matarazzo as Dustin Henderson. Most likely, Dr. Brenner and Eddie Munson won't be back this time. Talking to Radio Times, Joseph Quinn said, quote, "I think there's a great beginning, there's a great middle, and a great end for the character. Sadie Sink's Max has a fate that was left more open, with the character currently in a coma. Nobody knows if she'll ever wake up." Sink already teased something while she discussed this with Deadline, saying that the showrunners called her before she even read the 9th episode. Quote, "In the script, it literally says that Max dies. So they called me beforehand and were like, just warning you, this is in there." And now, the question. What will happen in Season 5? Surely, we're all still investing and reeling in a mass Kleenex order. The war between the Hawkins and Upside Down is fully on. The final shot shows hellish, massive clouds spreading above the neighborhood. It nearly goes without saying that by the doorway opening between Hawkins and the Upside Down, the oft-terrorized Indiana town will become a red and black hell. But does the crew have one last fight in them? They'll have to try harder this time. It is expected that Vecna will keep seeking out 11 to get some sweet revenge, even though he will be busy creating a new world order. 11 most likely levels herself up before the final battle, but this time she'll probably get some help. Either Max or Will develop superpowers somehow. Everybody believes that it's Will's time to shine the Upside Down with abilities he'll only uncover as he nears adulthood. And Max, well, 11, will have to put more mind tricks to wake her up from a coma. No matter how it all goes, Season 5 will most likely pick up with our heroes struggling to destroy the Upside Down completely, or to put the Upside Down back in the Upside Down. And if you had any doubt that the monster will return, the actor behind Vecna, Jamie Campbell Bower, seemingly confirmed the baddie will come back stronger than ever. Quote, "I think what you will see is more of the human aspect of Vecna. Let me say that much. And there's a huge, great, cool thing. I need to keep my mouth closed." This was enough for us. So, what do you think of these scenarios? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.